Hello, hello, hello. It certainly has been a while. I'm back here with some more Dominion commentary. This is season 77, and it's the first week of play. And this is a featured match of this week. So join me while I join these two players for Eyes' first match of the season and Danny's second. Or 1-6-5-5-6 something. Because he played 5 games against one of his opponents already with a clean 5-0 sweep. This is the D division. I think I neglected to mention that. So let's see what we have here. Unfortunately, with Gleaming Eyes does not have spectator hands enabled, so we'll mostly be playing from Danny's point of view. But let's see what the board is, what it's got in store for us. There is some draw with Destrier. There's trashing with Goat Herd, Research, Investment. Druid Boons are Flames Gift, also trashing, as well as some silver gaining. And Moon's Gift not that important, given that there's enough other trashing. I don't imagine Druid's going to be gained much. However, Druid does seem to be the only plus buy on this board. There's some gaining with Bandit, but that's quite weak, of course. That's about it. So if you want to make Destrier cheaper, Druid is a main way, but it is quite slow. Like having a terminal plus buy. Being terminal, one thing I haven't mentioned yet is this is a single terminal kingdom, mostly asterisk. There's no village effects. Well, there's no villages. You won't be able to start your turn. Like you start your turn with one action, and you can gain more, except that there is a contract. And contract is kind of like a delayed action. So you play this. Let's say you play. You had a Goat Herd in hand that you didn't play. Put it on the contract. Start your next turn by resolving the Goat Herd and then quote unquote starting with 2 actions. But there's only, I guess there's 3 action cards to give you plus action here, so there's some options. So let's see how these players opened. Research silver for Eyes, and then Goat Herd research for Danny. So the silver is good if you want to hit 5, you want to hit contracts. I don't think contracts is that important early. It is the liaison for this game, which I did not mention yet. The ally in this kingdom is Coastal Haven. You can keep float some cards in hand. So as you can see, in turn 2, both these players opted to have a estate, missed a shuffle, and estate rather. So what else? Danny getting a bit ahead in trash with 2 trashes, kind of some plus buy over here. Gleaming Eyes a second silver. Again, foregoing the Goat Herd. And another silver once again, so up to 3 silvers already. Trying to buy some expensive stuff. And even more silver, so that's silver number 4 already. And I think Danny's up to 1. Yeah, here from the Druid with the Mountain's Gift, of course. So Danny just bought a bunch of actions, including Druids. Just a second terminal action he's got. So he's going to need some contracts for sure, I'd say. And Gleaming Eyes going with big money, start off a bunch of silvers, going for the bandit as well, which makes sense, I think. Second bandit, so those are her 2 terminals. So we've got the contract. Danny's got both of the contracts. So Danny mostly getting thin, grabbing some payload off of Druid, some silvers, and some contracts, trying to build a bit bigger, attempting to up maybe at some point grab some Destriers, which come on nicely with contract, and then get the plus buy advantage of Druid to be able to score more than 6 points in a single turn. Gleaming Eyes won't have that opportunity, so hopefully we'll try to rush Prophecies down. One downside of big money, I'd say, in this kingdom is there's some alt VP, there's Gardens and Islands, which are not the most powerful alt VP, but Danny might be able to let Gleaming Eyes allow Gleaming Eyes to get like 5 provinces, maybe 6. 6 are going to be tough. If Gleaming Eyes gets 5 provinces, then he can score 3 provinces, maybe some duchies, maybe a bunch of gardens, thanks to the plus buy. But that does mean building pretty big. I'm not sure if that's fast enough on this board. Also note both player declining on the investment. I guess research and go to herd are both probably more powerful trashing. Yeah, Danny on 2 goat herds, which is a bit awkward since Gleaming Eyes only has a single trashing card. That card being a single copy of research, which is more likely to miss the shuffle than other trashing cards, so will not often be able to draw cards off of this goat herd. So here contracting both goat herds, yep. So a bunch of actions next turn, probably not that much to do with it, but is able to delay the trashing into a hand that actually makes use of some trashing. There could be an argument to trash the second goat herd. Well, I trashed a bunch so far, but now you can get rid of these remaining 2 coppers and also play both of these action cards, which is nice. Just going to be a whole banded battle. All right. So indeed, Danny trashing his remaining 2 coppers. I imagine that's just about all of them. Yeah, then some more silver. And spending some favors as well for the contracts. So yeah, Gleaming Eyes doing the thing, getting some gold off of these bandits, mending some cards, and actually grabbing a Destrier off of the gold gain. So 5 cost Destrier, pretty nice. I imagine, I haven't actually looked at it, but I imagine the Destrier split so far is solidly in Danny's favor. So that's the final state getting trashed there, all 6 of them in the trash. And given that Gleaming Eyes is not yet ready to buy a bunch of provinces, and it seems hasn't touched the pile yet, I'm going to give a solid lead to Danny. Yeah, we'll be able to score some here. Not sure if that's actually the best. Also just, I guess you only have 1 terminal here because of contract shenanigans. I guess you'd rather play the Druid for plus buy. Have a total of 6, 9, 13 money. It's probably province dashed here, then set aside both actions, I guess, with contract. Getting another silver. I'm not sure if you need another silver. If you're going to be adding gold or bandit as well. I think I'd rather skip this over here, just like take Moon's Gift or something. I'd rather have. I think silver is the weakest card in your deck currently, other than the provinces you're going to be buying. And you're not reliably drawing deck, you're going to be adding both green cards and destriers. If you also add silver as top card, you're going to get less likely to draw all your good cards. It is research fodder. So I imagine you'd rather research the Goatherd here, because Goatherd's done its job and sometimes cantrips and sometimes just +1 action do nothing. So I've definitely researched the Goatherd here. You can also pick up a second copy of research at some point to be able to research every turn, and then you do want like the druid for silver, just a research food, so you can have the research be like kind of a laboratory every turn, because you spend 2 cards, you spend the research and the silver to draw 3 cards in the next turn, which is +1, just as a laboratory is from the base set, or Destrier for that matter. Not from base set, but a +1. So I did indeed research the Goatherd, and there goes the final 3 Destriers, in fact, because of the all delayed druids here at the start of turn, or one of them at least. +1 played is 3 buys. I imagine, does Danny kind of want to split up these contracts at some point? Now you keep having 2 contracts in one hand and then 0 in the next hand. I imagine it'd be nice to be able to balance those out. But yeah, it seems that Danny is keeping pace with WithGleamingEyes in province points, and then due to the plus buy and better engine, definitely imagine he's going to be able to finish this third game with a victory. We shall see. Also of note, this season 77 of the Dominion League, has a new timer, as you can see in the middle of the screen, right here. It is an adaptive timer, which means it's gonna, based on the complexity of the board, the amount of decisions in each turn, the players will get to have more added time if the turns get longer due to more actions being done. You'll get added time if the turn takes longer because of them just taking time on your decision. But especially if the turn becomes complex, this timer will adaptively, hence the name, increase in added time or total time, minimum time, that kind of stuff. However, since this is an experimental feature in this season of the league, there'll be no consequences for running out of time. Oh, and while I mentioned that, that's the first game. Go to Danny, indeed. As is often the case, engine beating big money, as it did here. So that was Danny on a second seat. So even though WithGleamingEyes was starting player there, Danny as second player taking the victory. And now they will alternate who we are starting. So given that WithGleamingEyes started the first game, randomly chosen, it will be Danny now. All right. I shot WithGleamingEyes a message their hand was not showing. So hopefully all goes well. They were able to fix that. We can see both hands now. That would be quite nice. All right. Yeah, there we go. Nice, nice, nice. Both hands now. All right, new board, new options. Usually Bounty Hunter is pretty powerful. There's thinning and also like some burst economy in the early game. There's also Grand Market, which could be good for like 3 from here, maybe a Sacred Grove. And that's those 2 cards on their own are Grand Market. Um, However, again, a bit awkward in no village effects, kind of, asterisk. So during your action phase, there's exactly one way of getting more than one action played, and that's innovation plus Sacred Grove hitting a specific boon, namely Earth Gift, or I guess Will-O-Wisp, Swan's Gift. But there's also Scepter. Do people play more than one terminal action card? I guess you won't be able to play more than one action card from your hand. That's not such a big problem because there's only 2 terminal action cards on this board, which is Sacred Grove and Pilgrim. So imagine Pilgrim's not going to be great because if you play it as your single terminal in the middle of your turn, then all the actions you draw, then you draw dead. And Sacred Grove, I guess 1 copy is fine. You play your 1 copy and then you can scepter that a bunch for a bunch of money and buys and also boons. So Reckless actually twice returning to play. Oh, actually, Sacred Grove is Reckless. Well, so much for the Sacred Grove Scepter plan. So that's not going to happen. Sacred Grove actually like a +6 coins. You can basically buy Grand Market. Though of course with asterisk that you then lose out on a Sacred Grove. So I have the open Silver Bounty Hunter for WithGleamingEyes and Silver Bounty Hunter for Danny as well. I agree with Bounty Hunter. Yeah, when you're 3, Tradition is not great in the early game, Lighthouse is not great in the early game. There's not really attacks to speak of, so Lighthouse is less value. So I guess the game plan here is crafting Grand Markets, like later game, like in mid game, I guess. If you have a bunch of money from Grand Market and Sacred Grove, you can buy Farriers for draw. The only other draw here is technically Patrician, kind of Root Seller, so it's quite expensive with the 3 debt every time you play it. And Pilgrim, which has a significant downside, as mentioned before. So you probably want to get thin, get rid of your stock cards, your coppers, your estates, and such, and just get a bunch of money. Pilgrim has been bought, in fact. Turn 3 Pilgrim. Ooh. I don't think I would have. I don't think I love that. I think I'd rather just go for Sacred Grove than turn my Sacred Grove into Grand Markets. Because yes, it's the only draw in this kingdom. But you're not actually getting any more reliable because you can't, like, if you play Pilgrim before your other actions, you draw a bunch of actions. If you have already played all their other actions and you just want this to draw some treasures, and I don't want a lot of treasures in my deck in this kingdom. So yeah, Gleaming Eye is actually going for the Grove. So this is going to be pretty big turn here. Already exile a state, but it's fine. I think you can exile another one, play the Grove twice here, get a Grand Market. Of course, get even plus buy, but you can't really use that if you want to grab a Grand Market. That makes sense. Moon's Gift, also not very powerful, given that both players did not have a discard pile at that point in time. Then with the second Bounty Hunter, I like the second Bounty Hunter. It's only thinning on this board outside of say Grove into Flame's Gift. You want to get rid of your top cards. So you know it's way more powerful in the first couple turns when you can get a big money boost twice. Later in the game is also still fine because you can green, you can grab some province or duchies and keep exiling those for some money injections, but also mostly to not have them clog up your deck the turn after the turn after you buy them. So if you buy them, the next turn you're gonna need to draw them at some point, but then you can exile them and not encounter them anymore after that. So here, 8 coins, can't buy Grand Market, 2 buys, which is nice. Farrier also giving plus buy, quite good to have. Yeah, I think I'm want some ways to be able to buy the Grand Market. That could be Sacred Grove, Silver, maybe Grove Patrician for some plus buy. But nope, going for another big Farrier turn. Not sure if I like the Farrier turns here yet for Danny. If you're spending your big turns, spend a bunch of money to buy a Farrier, to be able to get a bunch of money, to be able to buy a Farrier, not actually improving your deck quality by that much. Although I guess you are drawing your deck, but still just shy of being able to buy a Grand Market. Needing some top deck of copper here as well, a bit painful. Perhaps even, I'd rather even top deck a silver here and not buy the Farrier. Not sure. Yeah, Gaming Eyes here doesn't really have the draw to be able to make use of that turn oftenly, but still exiled a copper. So moving slowly towards their game plan. Well, here you see the big downside of Pilgrim, drawing 3 actions. I guess, and also the third silver, which is good, because now you can grab your first Grand Market. Yep, there we go. Not playing those coppers, Grand Market, very powerful card. Quite often a bit awkward to gain, but power more than makes up for it in most games. So do you want to trigger the shuffle here with this Farrier? It's actually a pretty interesting question. If you don't, you can just exile on the state, play the Grove, grab another Grand Market. Oh, still have to shuffle because of Sun's Gift. Actually, the Farrier, in fact, for also more money. So I have 11 coins. So exile a Farrier instead of exiling an estate to be able to buy a 5 cost. which could be another grove, perhaps. Because then you can possibly grab. Ooh, this looks good. And actually, quite awkward for Danny here. I think I might have preferred trashing a copper there for Gleaming Eyes. So you can exile the estate with your bounty hunter at some point for +1 point. +1 point, probably not going to matter. And the copper might matter for if you don't hit a Grand Market turn, but you do want +1 draw for Farrier or something. So here, Grand Market Farrier, yeah, also makes sense. Instead of Grand Market Grove. And Danny there, exiling 2 new cards, grabbing a Farrier. Oh, so exile a Farrier and then get it back. Not sure if that's worth getting up Grand Market. I mean, 6 draws, probably gonna be able to grab a Grand Market here. Very likely not to, so I'm not sure if that's better than just grabbing the Grand Market before going to Farrier. Because you could have still grabbed the Farrier to deny it from Gleaming Eyes. So you can top deck a Farrier with Pilgrim, which is probably fine. I think it's better than not doing that, due to then having 1 fewer Farrier in the deck to be able to draw dead with Pilgrim. But yeah, Danny there. Only 2 coppers remaining. Quite nice. Leaving us still with 3 of those. So Danny a bit ahead in thinning, quite obviously, because he did have 2 bounty hunters for a little while. Leaving us as 1, but not too far behind on thinning. So since the Farriers are now gone, need some other way to be able to get through the top cards. Perhaps a time for Root Cellar, or maybe just Patricians. I mean, you don't have that much or that many 5+ costs, so the odds of Patrician hitting are pretty low, especially with all these Farriers in deck. Let's kind of model it. But yeah, there's the Farrier and more Grand Market. Imagine now 4-2 for Grand Markets in Gleaming Eyes' favor. Not too sure. Yeah, Spielberg's gonna draw. Bounty Hunter. What else? Silver and Farrier. Okay. So top like the Farrier here, likely. Actually, maybe. I just noticed and also kind of remembered that innovation is here, and neither player has acquired the project yet, or built the project, developed the project. Not sure what the correct verbiage is, but neither player has bought innovation for 6 and put a cube on it. And that is quite a powerful effect, usually. Especially with Sacred Grove on the board, actually. If you buy innovation, then for the rest of the game you have +1 coin, because you can just buy Sacred Grove for 5, resolve it twice, get 6 coins. Quite powerful indeed. And kind of like you have the treasurer key, but also plus a buy. Yeah, maybe on one of those turns where you had 6 in non-copper money, but also a bunch of coppers, might have been worth it to buy innovation instead of Grand Market, and then use coppers for something else as well. But currently, just about all the coppers are gone, so not as relevant anymore. The piles are getting lowish, especially with the grand market on the board. The estate pile is quite can be gone quite quickly. Every grand market play basically buys an estate. So as soon as the grand markets run, if any player has 7 grand markets, the estates are basically gone. Or in this case, 5 grand markets and the Sacred Grove piles out the estates. So I guess that's kind of the goal here. Like grab 5th grand market, grab a single Sacred Grove. And then it's +5 buys from the grand market, +2 buys from the Sacred Grove. And plenty of money. And then you can just click on those states until it's gone, and you win with points lead. So let's see if these players have that in mind and whether they're going to go for it. So Danny currently no fairy in exile, so still has that money injection. Same for Gleaming Eyes though. So both with that option. However, there again, Pilgrim getting away quite a bit. Could have played a Bounty Hunter there, but the only target was another Bounty Hunter, which might have been worth it. Unsure. No, going for the Wood Seller. Yeah, I think that's smart. But it seems that Gleaming Eyes already has 5 grand markets. So now, I guess, yeah, I want to grab the grand market and the Sacred Grove here, because that's enough for next turn grand market +8 estates. So you bounty hunter both other cards at 16, which is just shy of double grand market Sacred Grove. That's fine. Actually, you could scepter Sacred Grove. Earlier I mentioned you could not, but I just realized that Reckless only discards it from play after it leaves play. So anyway, not very relevant here. I'm kind of surprised that no scepters has been gained at all, actually. It's kind of a grand market. I guess that is not very much better than a silver, because plus draw is probably not going to be that powerful. Grand market. No, Sacred Grove. Oh. I guess now you have 7 grand markets. That also works. So now, as long as you draw your deck, you're going to be able to pile estates. So I think I should have actually, yeah, I think. Did she not have enough money for double grand market if she didn't? Actually, no, she could have exiled the silver instead of the second farrier. Get +1 coin, and this turn you got 7 grand markets, so that's 14 coins, and then you can just bounty hunt the single partition you have. Although I guess if you don't play partition, that's kind of a stop card, same as the silver is. And now you just need to find all your grand markets and your silver, or all your grand markets plus bounty hunt the partition. I guess how many stop cards does she have? Because there's 6 more grand markets in here. You've got 3 cards. So I think, yeah, Gleaming Eyes guarantees to draw her entire deck this turn, and be able to pile out the estates, but Danny saw it coming and got just enough of a points lead to where only estates is not going to be good enough. But I think Gleaming Eyes should still have enough money because you can bounty hunt the patrician, bounty hunt the silver, play the grand markets 14 to 20, just enough for 7 estates and a duchy, which is 10 points, going up to 12, and still win the game that way. So there's a winning board. There is one. Question is, do those gleaming eyes of hers see it? Exofaria doesn't look like it. I guess this is also, yeah, also enough. Oh no! Does not see it. Does take a points lead. I'm pretty sure her deck is more reliable than Danny's. Although the root cellar is quite powerful here. Both positions missing, unfortunately, but that's pretty much to be expected. Okay, can bounty on the province for some cash. So, Danny, what can you accomplish here? Yeah, Danny with his second bounty hunter still in the deck. Didn't exile that one turn. Now with a bit more stop cards in total. 2 green cards, 2 silvers, 2 bounty hunters. So that's 6 stop cards. I think that's it. Maybe a third silver? No, that's over. That's already exile. So these 3 remaining cards are a Pilgrim, one more Grand Market, and something else. It's not a partition, I don't think. So we're split 2 and 2, and then with Gleaming Eyes bought the 5th one. Giant Farrier tries to hold on to this points lead, but it does mean that he has another stop card that he didn't exile with a bounty hunter. So if you play the Farrier there, you've got a 1 in 3 shot of getting your 3rd Grand Market there. Some more cash. I guess that cash doesn't really do much for you. You won't be able to grab a 2nd province, I don't think. Silver, and also plus another silver, I don't like that. So yeah, just adding too many stop cards here. Right, so if I'm correct, WithGleamingEyes should still have enough non-stop cards to be able to draw deck here. Yeah, there we go. And I can exile the Bounty Hunter to Bounty Hunter, and that should be 7 estates for the win. Or yeah, exile the province. Doesn't really matter which way you go. Even exile the silver for some more money. We have 7 buys already. 9 buys. And up to 20 money. So that's 7 estates and also a duchy. Once again. However, given that she didn't seem to be looking for it last turn, the question is, will she spot it this turn. I'm grabbing 2 provinces here. I guess it's a bit risky because if Danny then double provinces. So I guess if you don't see the pile out, I almost rather province duchy. Maybe province sacred grove duchy to threaten a triple next turn. Yeah. Yeah, just X on the top card. Nope, I'm not going for the estate pilot. Emporium instead of duchy, yeah, sure. It's only 1 fewer point, but it is not a sub card, so now you have a silver province, a duchy, and 2 bounty hunters. So that is 5 top cards. So if your patrician hits at least once, you're guaranteed to draw a deck. Otherwise, you might have some cantrips left at the bottom. Now for Danny's side, this Pilgrim is gonna possibly ruin him. Let's see how long he can manage to delay playing this Pilgrim. Currently probably considering whether he wants to bounty hunter this patrician. Old politician with a bounty on his head. Otherwise, but if you play this patrician, I guess you've already played all 3 of your grand markets. This patrician will only be able to hit one of your 2 provinces, or one of your 1 province actually. There's one in, yeah. So now do you play this pilgrim even? And then top deck a root cellar. If you can do that, might as well bounty hunt this estate. So you're definitely playing the bounty hunter. You could go. You could bounty hunt the pilgrim to hit 13 for province duchy. I just think you're not going to be winning this game. Actually, oh no. I was going to say, can Danny do the state pilot? But 7 points would be 2 points shy of the pilot. Also, that's just 13 coins, so also 1 coin short. Pilgrim drawing 2 silvers is nice. Don't take petition, yep, makes sense. Now on 14. Yeah, I don't really see a way out here. I need to hope that Gleaming Eyes had the Omega Whiff. Like, having all 5 top cards in the top couple cards, maybe top half of our deck. Duchy, yeah. What else? Yeah. Shout for a dud. Just assume she duds, because if she doesn't dud, you can't win anyway. And then nobody will be able to grab the last provinces. But yeah, at least 1 petition hits, so Gleaming Eyes is going to be able to draw the remainder of her deck. And then trivially pile out provinces. Very nice, very nice. Preemptively update the score here. 22 even. Oh, oh, now you see it. The triple, the three pile out. Just for a different pile. All right, both players on the draw, so to speak, winning their game. No, okay, all right, we have a village. We have another village. So we can actually play multiple terminal cards. Make use from terminal draw here. Again, innovation. Nice. Ferryman comes along with a Royal Galley, which is also a well, village effect, and also quite a powerful card. Mastermind also quite powerful, so I imagine we're going to be able to build big here. The draw is mostly Avanto. There's DaniMunchen as well, actually. And Mastermind on the cantrip is +1 draw. There's also Stowaway, which there is a bunch of durations. So actually there's a bunch of draw, there's a bunch of actions. There's some plus buy at least for with our Hamlet. Of course some discards, but I think you needn't worry about that. Alright, so we're gonna be building big. Actually, trashing is a bit thin. There's only sauna. Yeah. Hmm. So how do you open? How do you build? I think I like Stowaway sauna. Silver, silver. Did not expect silver, silver. What are you planning, Gaming Eyes? Early ferryman? Just Royal Guide the ferryman? And then he's ahead of you on the 2-5. I think on 2-5, Hamlet ferryman makes sense. I could rather grab a ferryman than early Den of Sin. But I do think Stowaway is quite good here, so I think I would have liked um, at least one Stowaway for Gleaming Eyes there. Probably not the second one. Maybe Sauna. Sauna is just such awkward trashing because you need to collide both your Sauna and your Silver, and then you can one trash. But it is the only trashing here, so maybe double Silver does enable the innovation play, which I imagine is the play here. No, there's no innovation. These players do not enjoy innovation. They're traditionalists. Actually, I just noticed that there's also quality platinum on this board, so definitely building big, big, big. That does mean you have a bit more time to get your trashing in, your draw engines going. Danny also with a second silver. I don't like these silvers. I don't think you need them. I think you can get money. I guess you can really get money different ways. I think there's treasure trove, but you don't want treasure trove until you've got deck control. I guess you get 1 silver and then you've got 7 money in deck, 7 coppers and silver, and then if you just draw enough, you can just buy platinum. Yeah, I don't think I like second silver at all. I'm actually planning on going early innovation. But these players don't seem to be doing that. They're colliding Galley Ferryman, so that's nice. You know, do it, do it, do it. Good, Hamlet even. Nope, we're going down. That's the first away. I like that. I guess you're glad you took the Den of Sin given this opening hand. I guess you could have known that there were three junk cards on the bottom, but you do have a Ferryman coming in as well. Right. Innovation now? Yes, I love it. And Gleaming Eyes there, grabbing the first sauna of the game. Now let's see if she can be able to line it up with the silver, or one of the two silver she has. Another Den. These Dens are going fast. Which they probably should. It's a good card. But I think I like Mastermind as well at some point here. I think your action density is good enough here to afford it. That is a quite powerful effect. Like even on a counter like Hamlet, spending 2 cards to gain 3 cards, which is not too good, but you also get plus a bunch of actions. If you ever Mastermind a Ferryman, it's really powerful. Or Magnet. Alright, what are we innovating? I guess Stowaway is pretty good innovation. Target Mastermind. In yeah, I like Innovation Mastermind. That's pretty good. I think you do want to get started on these saunas. Yeah, I love it. Or Ferryman. Either's fine. I guess Sauna Mastermind is good because then you can have a single sauna trash 3 cards when you play silver. So you can Mastermind sauna. And this effect, this turn effect, it's gonna resolve 3 times. Also, a thing about sauna is if you play 1 sauna and then 2 silver, for each of those silvers you get to trash. It's not the first time you play silver, but whenever you play silver. So 1 sauna can, along with Mastermind, do a bunch of work for you here. But it does require to have your sauna in the opening hand, which is unlikely. Hamlet. For 6 coins, we buy a Hamlet. It's a statement about which card is the most important. So it is the plus buy. So Danny is taking claim, I need more plus buy. Ooh, awkward Mastermind here. Not really able to, yeah, triple stowaway is good for next turn, but he would have loved to be able to do something better here. But yeah, just innovating a Mastermind every turn, very powerful. All right, here we see the first Sauna trigger. With Sauna in silver, so with WithGleamingEyes, first of these players to be able to trash the very first card of the game. Actually, why did this happen? Hold on. I'm just lying, aren't I? I think she just. Oh, she played Magnet, and then. Oh, she couldn't play this Sauna because it was drawn dead. Never mind. And also, first, I got trashed the turn before, so. Lying on multiple fronts. I mean, it was a test. Haha, did you pass? Did you realize? Haha. It was all a test. I didn't forget. I didn't misread or misidentify the board state. That wasn't you, if you, dear listener. So anyway, what's happened here? Got some Den of Sin. We resolved all the stowaways, so now we can resolve this Mastermind. So you can either Mastermind this Royal Galley or just Hamlet. I don't think it matters much. I mean, Hamlet means you get your Mastermind back next turn. Because if you Mastermind a Galley, then a Galley has a next turn effect, so the Mastermind, having played the Galley, also needs to stay in play in order to have that Royal Galley. I'm not sure about the reasoning, but the rule is play a duration card using a duration card, throw on a command effect, the entire pile stays in play. Oh, never mind. I did not read the log. So I already drew a bunch with Stowaway. Now said I'm gonna draw my deck anyway, so might as well just play a Stowaway for next turn, which makes sense. So what did he innovate? Nothing? Seems like nothing. Oh. So now both players having acquired a platinum. Yeah, Gleaming Eyes, a bit behind it seems like due to not having innovation, a bit behind on the masterminds, and also less reliably drawing deck due to DaniMunchen getting started on the Mastermind Stowaway stuff earlier. You definitely want to not discard to this one, and then play your other Hamlet and discard for plus buy there. If you want a third buy, which might as well, right? And Mastermind, you've got 16 coins. It's a lot of coins. No stowaways coming in currently. So what do you want to get here? Probably not a Mastermind for innovation. I actually don't want to play this Hamlet because there's two assists in this card pile. So you might as well discard the Hamlet to this Hamlet, or discard a state there. Oh, so now you've top decked in a state. You could have also gone this by, oh, slight misstep there, but nothing too out of the ordinary. So 16. Could get started on the colonies, but I don't think you need to. Try to just build some more. Although, what does building look like? How do you get more money? Mostly just buying platinum, I guess. I guess Treasure Trove, possibly. Treasure Trove is kind of like platinum. Because it gives to, and it also gives for more money. So if you can keep building by increasing your draw potential, so if you keep drawing deck, the Treasure Trove is at first a silver, then it's 6 coins, and it's 10 coins, etc., etc. As long if it's load bearing, if you can keep drawing your deck. Which is going to be difficult here, I think. So you got 2 Dens incoming, 2 Masterminds. I guess Mastermind Hamlets can draw some. So if you find your magnet, that's probably good. Oh, Gleaming Eyes with a very quick turn there. Because she had 2 Denizens coming in, and also Mastermind, but didn't actually find anything to Mastermind. That is unfortunate. So, though she is pretty light on non-Mastermind actions. because a bunch of our buys were spent on Den of Sin. Den of Sins? Den Alms Sin? The plural of this card, whatever it is. So yeah, not quite drawing deck here. So that just means we need more draw. But next turn we've got a bunch of drawing coming in actually. Next turn we've got Pyramid coming in, Hamlet coming in, Hamlet coming in. Yeah, we're currently still resolving the other Mastermind. Is that true? I think that's true. So I guess you can Mastermind Hamlet here. I think I'd rather use Mastermind to draw this turn and then use Mastermind to draw next turn because I've already got Mastermind in hand for next turn. Yeah. So I want to triple resolve Hamlet here. And then because the magnet is also still in here. So you can just Mastermind Hamlet here. Play the magnet regular style. And then just play these duration cards. Ooh, or alternatively, triple Mastermind, baby. That's more explosive option. I guess explosive is what you want to be going for here. Yeah, I want to get a treasure trove here actually. Yeah. Just to keep being able to increase your potential while greening. Yeah, love it. There we go. Okay, Gleaming Eyes here. Triple Danielson coming in. This song's going to be able to trash bunch. I mean, with a bunch, I mean 2 cards. It's still pretty good. Which means you probably want to discard coppers yourself, silver's there. Yeah, multiple turns here I've seen Gleaming Eyes play silver, also play copper, so not trashing coppers, but then buying an amount of stuff less than the amount of money she has, which means you're quote unquote wasting trashes. And given that you're not drawing deck currently, you really want to get rid of those top cards. Yeah, I think it's too early to be scoring some points. So first Masterminds, Magnets, probably. I guess you can still resolve these Hamlets. Probably still just discard Doubts in here to get a plus buy. Don't really need to, but there we go. That's Turbo Magnet. Yeah, I don't think actually you want to stow away here. 'Cause now your entire Mastermind pile stays. I'm not sure if the magnet actually stays in play here. Mm. But yeah, you're easily drawing deck here. Like a single copy of magnets on your Mastermind, and that's just everything. Right, 23. Definitely want to innovate in Mastermind. Because innovation is action turns only, yeah. Yep, there we go. And then whatever your heart desires here, I guess. Kind of 1 second magnets for redundancy. Yep, there we go. Maybe Another ferryman, another treasure trove, another stowaway or something. I think you're far enough ahead where you just can go full redundancy mode. Just do everything in your power to not dud, and then you're gonna be there will become a pilot available at some point. Because ports is usually pretty easy to pile out. There's 2 dens, 3 hamlets, and then either 6 port buys or 4 mastermind buys or 8 estate buys. Actually also needs points lead, so 1 colony. So you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 buys, along with 11, 21, 27, 47 coins. I guess that's quite expensive. So we're not there yet, but soon, trademark. So for Gleaming Eyes here, you could. Nope. Undo for some trashing. Yep. Although maybe a bit late. Because I was thinking of when you had 16, you could buy innovation, buy mastermind, buy some maybe treasure trove even. A bit risky because you're not really reliable, but seems fine. Buy silver. Ugh. I loathe buying silver in this late in the game. Like if you want money, just buy treasure trove instead of platinum silver. Means you have less money next turn, but more money every turn after that. Does she have denizens coming in? Yeah, plenty. Also, the mastermind and mastermind, and that masterminds both a regular action and a duration action. The regular action does go away, apparently. That's good to know. Yeah, all the options here for Danny. Mastermind, yep. What else are we doing here? Currently got 5, 6, 7, 8 targets in hand. So these 4 hamlets in his magnet already draw the deck, and then there's still Fairman. Galley, what are we galleying? I don't really want a galley magnet. Guess that depends on how much draw you're gonna have coming into your next turn. So your opening hand has few treasures, and I guess then it will have actions, and you can just resolve one of your 3 masterminds instead of the magnets first. Yeah, okay, so I guess Royal Galley magnet is fine. Everything's fine here. I can basically do whatever you want, just about. Discard everything for buys, and placing a magnet, draw and go back up again. Yep. And then how much do we got? 32. So yeah, 47 not too far off. I guess we're still short. 4 buys actually. Okay, so what do I want here? Maybe you're lower. I guess yeah, definitely want mastermind. Innovation. I think it's 4 masterminds coming in. It's really too bad that you don't have. Actually, you can grab a fortune hunter, and then if your mastermind ever connects with a fortune hunter, your fortune hunter, well, it does triple money, but also if you play Fortune Hunter, you might be able to hit your treasure trove. Actually, you can force it. So the good thing about Fortune Hunter is actually this says +2, but it's actually +6 because you draw your deck, you play some hamlets, you discard your treasure trove among some other stuff. You play your Fortune Hunter, you play your treasure trove, then get to your gold and copper in your discard pile during your action phase, and they can just draw all that back up again. And then you, instead of only having access to this gold and copper next turn, you've got access to it this turn already. So that's good. But yeah, maybe it's just a bit win more at this point because Danny's already well, secured is a big word, but gained a points lead. So next turn he only needs 7 buys and 26 money. That's what he had this one already. So yeah, there's the Mastermind, double 10. Yeah, now you just need something to not dud. Possibly Ferryman, possibly third magnet. I think either of those is fine. Yeah, a very explosive board here, as Mastermind boards often are. I think we were a bit slow going, or slow starting out because of not grabbing stowaways, but grabbing dead option instead. Or like silvers, rather. But we got there in the end. Is this safe? 2 hamlets. Now, if Gleaming Eyes is able to collect 3 masterminds, a hamlet, and either a province or duchy estate, I don't think double hamlet is safe there. I guess the question is, I mean, Gleaming Eyes did not have any masterminds coming in. Makes it a bit safer. I'm unsure about how many hamlets Gleaming Eyes has in total. If she has 3 hamlets, 4 hamlets, she needs to have 4 hamlets. Okay, she does not. So I guess that is safe because there's no way for Gleaming Eyes to get enough buys to be able to pile out here. Okay, so then, yeah, +2 hamlets is fine for Danny because then reduce your consistency ever so slightly, but you also reduce what you need to be able to accomplish. Because now you need probably colony, triple mastermind hamlet. Yeah, colony province is the highest chance of not losing this turn, but it's also not increasing your capabilities while Danny is doing that turn after turn. But I imagine this game's gonna be over this turn anyway. Like double colony, triple mastermind hamlet is 22 plus 15, 37, 39 with 6 buys. I think Danny had, how much money did Danny have last turn? 32 plus 4, 36. That's not going to be enough. Huh. I guess you don't need double colony, you need colony province. So colony province, triple mastermind hamlet is 17, 25, 36, and you do have 36. So yeah, this should be a win here. Which means I'm going to grab some nose spray because I'm getting a bit, my nose getting a bit blocked, so I'll let you spectate this turn without my sultry sounds. And I'll be back in a minute. And there we have it. The game has ended with, of course, a victory for Danny. Wait, we didn't find out masterminds? Hamlets. Oh, estates. Just an estate pine out. Sure. That also works. Multiple ways to roam. Multiple roads to roam. Right, I guess I should have taken this time instead to take a little break. All right, are we both ready? Game number 4. Let's see if it continues with the second player winning each game. So far it has. What do you have? Reckless flag bearer. Oh, interesting. Right, so draw governor. First village maybe. Werewolf. Actions, curse village. Procession. Oh, processing flag bearer is nice. So there's a bunch of fives. You want processing of 5 costs into an artisan, also quite good. Artisan is actually really good because you want a lot of these 5 costs. Trashing, raise, governor, replace. Temple as well. Oof, oh boy. Okay, so how do we open? There's no 3 costs in the middle here, just silver. But I think I'll probably want to open raise. I think I actually slightly prefer the 3-4 here over the 4-3. So then you can open raise into flag bearer. Although maybe you don't want flag bearer. Flag bearer is a 4 coin one-shot effect. So like buying flag bearer makes it really, really, really likely to be able to ground artisan. Only way it doesn't is if you hit flag bearer triple estate copper. But if you have a raise as well, that's makes it less likely. So I think I still flag bearer here. Because usually the thing with flag bearer is you don't really want to be the first player to get it, because then if you all take one flag bearer, trash one flag bearer one by one, the player who didn't start ends up with a flag. And also it's going back card in your deck. But here, there won't be the amount of times you can click on flag bearer is going to be unlimited, just about. So you won't be able to not get a flag bearer anymore. And also, it's not a bad card in your deck anymore because it's remove itself from your deck here. Quite an interesting trait here. So we take the flag bearer, and then WithGleamingEyes took the raid on the 3-4. Makes sense. Taking flag bearer here also makes sense. So artisan. Yep. And returning flag bearer, of course. Also an artisan. Yep, yep, yep. So trash a bunch. Nice. Take a raise. Also nice. Immediately collide the raise with the estates. Also nice. Got an artisan here. Okay, so what do you want to start out with? Probably some village effect for these artisans. So probably just curse village and immediately top deck it. Curse village, slight number with flag, but can't really complain that much. Governor instead. Yeah, Governor is a very powerful card. And the second raise, yep, don't need these silvers here. You're gonna get enough money with the Governor. Trash all the way down here. Take this temple. That's all your states taken care of. Which makes raise a bit weaker, but it's fine. Taking gold immediately. Wow, not even going for a draw to be able to find the artisan. I think I'd rather just draw there. Because I want to be playing this artisan every single turn if I can. Bit awkward for Danny here not being able to take back the flag at any point. I guess you could take a flag now instead of a 5 cost. Is that worth it? Maybe? I'm unsure. I think famine. Famine's fine. Probably one of the better ones you could have had actually. And like skipping over the temple is not too bad. That was probably going to be um, rage fodder quite soon anyway. And I guess you don't really need the flag bearer if you're going to top deck a curse village anyway. Because then whether you have the flag or not, after playing curse village, you're going to have 6 cards in hand. Gleaming Eyes there going for second governor. Does not have a single curse village yet. Might be going for the immediate remodel here. Remodel gold, gain gold, temple the other 2 cards. Other option is just draw a bunch, grab an artisan, not play this temple. But yeah, this makes this is why it's a bit awkward to not have taken any curse village at any point. So as Danny, what do you do here? Governor is his answer. I like Governor. It's a good card. I think at some points the Governor is kind of double gold gain. That's a lot of gold gaining. Not sure if that one. This many golds. What as I was saying, like usually at some point you want to turn golds into provinces with governor, but if you're gonna always have one of your governors do that, you can also just get a replace at some point instead of your like 3rd or 4th governor, because then you're gonna do the same thing anyway, remodeling a gold into a province. But then you also attack your opponent with a curse. And curses are a bit annoying here. Like raise trashing curse is not very good. Governor trashing curse is not very good. First session doesn't do it. Like temple, but you kind of want to get rid of your temple at some point. Anyway, so as soon as you do, then curse getting away. The downside of getting a replace over your like 3rd or 4th governor is that usually with a bunch of governors, you spend the first couple to draw some cards, then maybe gain a gold, and then use the last remodel. And if you replace, one of your governors with a replace, you're less likely to have the governors in your opening hand to be able to draw the rest of your deck and then draw the 4th governor or whatever that was. But I think that's worth it here to be able to do the attacking. Yeah, I definitely want some more curse villages. Definitely for Gleaming Eyes. Less urgently for Danny. Um, what do you even want here for Danny? Top card of your deck is a copper. Right, I think so. Discarded a copper here, and then drew a silver gold here. So yeah. So given that, doesn't matter. You can take a replace here. But you need to top deck something. I kind of want to top deck something for next turn. I want to top deck this Governor's draw card. But now you have 2 quote-unquote bad cards on top of your deck. 2 top cards at least, a copper and a silver, which I don't love. Maybe buy flag here. I can't give up a 5 cost for it though. That's quite expensive. I think I might have liked grabbing flag there with artisan. I guess if you played a flag, yeah. Just another governor. All right, well, never punished. I guess flag is also less important because it's sorry, curse village is less powerful here, slightly, due to your opponent's governors. Getting, like, you get draw, so you draw up to 6, and then your curse village draws fewer cards. That's fine. It's like as Danny, you can still here. You can play the governor for remodel Golden Province, and then play your curse village for still another 3 cards. Oh, or even back to this trash here. So remodel. You could even consider modeling again, or like getting a gold. I don't think I love. I don't think I love getting the silver here. I think I'd rather gain gold and then remodel the gold into province and just have a silver in hand and draw 5 fresh cards out of the cursed village. So I'm kind of not planning to. I guess you are going to read a shuffle. Trash the raise. Nope, just copper. And I draw once with governor. Oh, you. Because if you gain a gold and then draw with governor, then you're not guaranteed to draw everything good again. Because now you have 3 cards in your discard pile, plus 1 in your deck. I guess you can artisan curse village here. In fact, yeah, that's pretty good. Poverty, no matter, does not do anything. Oh, I don't like getting gold there, I think. I guess it's fine. You can still remodel here. Is that even the best you can do here, actually? Maybe grab a second artisan, in fact. Our piles looking, oh, the third pile is pretty healthy. There's governor and raise, which are low, but not really any third pile speak of. That's at any danger of piling out. Especially given a lack of plus buy here. I mean, there's governor models, there's artisan gains, but so what was the option? There was gain gold, yep, and just grabbing another governor. Yeah, I think at this point you definitely want to replace instead of like the 5th governor. Ooh, bad charge for you guys here. Taking a temple. I'd rather just grab a. I guess procession doesn't do anything. Well, procession turns a 5 cost into an artisan. Yeah, I think I like procession there over temple. The 2 points don't matter from the victory pile. Like, yeah, you're adding points, but your opponent just got a bunch of gold, so maybe Danny can actually win on provinces this turn. Maybe. How many golds do you still have? There is 3 in trash, 23 in pile, so there's 4 remaining somewhere. Because if you're planning on planning provinces, you might even like raise the province. Because then you have 1 fewer card in hand, and this curse is going to do more. I guess you should take a replacer because you can replace a province into province. Yeah, kind of like Artisan take replace their. Oh, no, you have to play your curse village, otherwise you don't have enough actions. So yeah, this is a win in hand. You remodel gold into province, Artisan replace. Because Artisan replaces up to. Governor has exactly 2 more. So you can't governor a province into province, but you can replace a province into province. So this is a win in hand if Danny sees it. And sometimes there's a slight wrinkle with governor boards where We say, oh, I'm gonna score some points with the governor, and then opponent's like, psych, I'm gonna remodel this forecast into a duchy, and now you don't have point lead anymore. Haha. But that's not the case here. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh, you can gold, draw the gold. Okay, okay, okay. It was also guaranteed. Ooh, ooh. All right. So yeah, I think Gleaming Eyes had the early lead with the artisan flag for the entire game and the first couple of governors. I think because she get um didn't get any curse villages, she was kind of limited in what the artisan could do. So I think if she for first one or two artisan plays, either of those took a curse village, would have gone better for I think. All right, what do we have? We have knights. The top knight is Dame Natalie. Knights, I think knights are like sometimes they're like don't do anything, but sometimes they're quite interesting. Um, all right, what do we have? Draw, gear, marquee. That's about it. Oh, stowaway as well. Gear is quite powerful draw. Like it's kind of unassuming, but it does a lot for you. Um, it kind of draws two cards this turn, but then if you set aside junk cards, it kind of also draws two next turn because you don't need to draw those junk cards in that turn. So you have two fewer cards you need to draw through in your next deck. So it's kind of like a draw four for 3 coins. Not really, of course, but kind of does an approximation. So it's pretty good. There is a village here in Hamlet. There's also, of course, in the knights pile, a single village, a single draw card, a single trasher. Speaking of trashing, none to speak of. Ooh, so actually, Dame Anna is really important here. Oh boy. So are we going to touch the knights pile? So Gleaming Eyes really wanted to get a 5 cost here. Like had a 3/4. Did not want to buy a 3 cost. Tormentor. Oh bam. Both players going for save into Tormentor. Alright, alright. Got a game in our hands. Bunch of imps. No, 4. So Tormentor is kind of a bit of a number with like duration draw, but still fine. Yeah, I think I'd rather have opened something like Gear Silver. Maybe Gear on the 3 and then before you save a copper and buy Hamlet. Maybe it's a bit too soon for Hamlet. Smugglers. Smugglers doesn't work with knights, does it? Same name? Copy of a card. Nope. Treasury. Treasury usually quite weak. Yeah, especially with Tormentor, it's a bit awkward. Like, oh, I gotta top like this treasury every turn. I'm never gonna get an imp anymore. Or I'm gonna decline on the treasury play. It's also not really where I want to be. Now Marquis. I don't have a Hamlet yet, so Marquis dead draw. Hmm. Bunch of rat. All right, well, there was some information there, so it was within Gleaming Eyes' purview to deny that and do. But she's allows it. Saving the estate doesn't really do much here, but it's fine. Guess, yeah, it does do something here. You can discard it to the hamlet. Very nice. GleamingEyes also ratting here. Just going for slow and steady increase in payload. But yeah, it is very slow, in fact. Yeah, this Tormentor is just never going to get another impact again, is it? It's kind of what Tormentor does usually. Ooh, that's a bit annoying. It's minus one draw. This had a chance to be helpful. Like if you have Treasury and Tormentor in hand, you can top deck a Treasury and just play Tormentor for another imp without quote unquote losing the Treasury play. You can still kind of lose it, of course, but so we bought a bunch of terminal draws so far with his marquises and plural cards in these kingdoms. I'm struggling with it. Marquesians? No, I think Marquis and Marquesian are two different things. Unsure. Anyway, ooh, buying Dame Natalie, that's quite risky, I think. Because if Dame Natalie comes up, like if Dame Natalie is top 9 of the pile, there is a chance you just lose on the spot. Ooh, second imp. Nice. Might cost the attack, right? For the militia. It's a bit weak, but still gonna buy it. And Josephine also not getting punished for revealing Dame Anna. Yeah, in kingdoms like this, where there's no trashing and Dame Anna is like significantly more powerful than the other knights, I kind of want to not buy any knights unless I have another buy and 5 coins left in the tank. I mean, it varies, of course, but as a general rule. Yeah, GleamingEyes here a bit down on action space with these two marquises and no hamlets as of yet. One of the top 2 cards in Hamlet, then you're happy, but otherwise quite unhappy, in fact. Danny there, declining being able to buy something up for 5. Might have liked to set aside 1 copper and buy Peddler. Going for the Hamlet, in fact. Peddler is also nice for your imps. You can imp a Hamlet and then play your second imp, which you just acquired, to play the Peddler. Well, you cannot play a second Hamlet. And you also don't have treasure yet, so the second imp is going to be terminal unless you get a Peddler or treasury. Or I guess one of the 2 knights that provide you with actions. And GleamingEyes did in fact find a Hamlet in the top 2 cards. 1 card even. So she was able to play more than 1 terminal. However, oh, that's the oh boy. Alright, Danny really wants to get some money here. Yes, alright, so now you play the Tormentor, buy Anna, laugh all the way to the bank. And really hope that it doesn't get trashed immediately by your opponent's knights. But yeah, it's really important here to get the stay mana, I think. You can even like save. Ooh, you could have saved that knight. You had 1 coin left over if you play Tormentor. Yeah, you did get the attack in here, but I guess I kind of Weird that Gleaming Eye is discarded 3 coppers instead of one of these terminal action cards. I actually won't be able to play a terminal and also buy a Hamlet. Right, there goes Sir Michael. Right, we can try again for Danny. Be able to hit 5, hopefully. Start off with the Imp, Hamlet. It's a bit awkward that you have to discard something here for plus action. Makes the marquee slightly worse, but you take it. Drop to 10. Yep, there's at least 6 coins. Imp here. Yeah, so it is awkward because now the Imp here. Sorry about that. You imp here, and you're gonna probably draw in Hamlet, but because you didn't get a peddler, you won't be able to continue your turn here. I mean, you still play your imp here because it's better than not doing that, but you didn't even make use of the copper last turn, I think. I guess you did. You saved the tournament. No, because you have 4 coppers, use 1 to thing, and you bought a Hamlet, so. Yeah, that turn before, turn 8, could have gained a peddler, and then the turn would have been the same. Another attack here. I guess you're planning on saving the imp. Oh, you didn't. So then why not just play your imp? I guess you know that there's Hamlet Gear coming up in those 5 cards. Yeah, okay, it makes sense to not play the imp then. Yeah, Smuggler's on Hamlet duty because you can't copy the knights. Alright, so what do you have here? What is an imp? Very nice. Actually, yeah, so you discard 1 card here, and then you imp the gear. Oh no, you imp the marquee, and then you. Not sure what was more drawing. I guess you end up with 10 cards here, so it's fine. And then I guess you'd want to. You definitely really want to find your Dame Anna here to just trash the estates, if at all possible. Right, we're just going to use state itself, just going to copper. We also want more buy. I guess you marquee here. Just skip out on playing the gear this turn. That seems fun. Play marquee. I get to play both actually. Hmm. So more. Yeah, I forget. You discarded a bunch of cards. How many cards you discarded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's just shy of drawing your deck, but still fine. I guess playing gear first means you can't set aside any cards with gear. You definitely don't need the actions here. Probably don't need the buys either, so. Yeah, you could have discarded 1 fewer card, 2 plus buy at any point here. And then you would have drawn that final card and not have this estate topic. I guess you do want plus buy for Peddler actually. Yeah, discarding copper for plus buy is good because you get a free Peddler for it. Yip 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 yip. Not trust your estates, very nice. Not trash anything, that's fine. Right, so what do you get for next turn? I think I want. What do I want, in fact? Definitely a bunch of peddlers. Maybe I want something like kind of considering either treasury or secret passage to make these imps a bit less awkward on the terminal front. Not sure how necessary that is actually. Smuggler is not at its best anymore. Because I think we're gonna be greening kinda soon. Guess that could mean you want some money. We're deciding on buying gold, saving copper, and then 5 peddlers. Actually, pilots is kind of sort of close. With Hamlet, you've got 6 Hamlets now, which is 7 buys, 2 marquises, 9 buys. Oh, I don't like Sir Martin. I think I'd almost rather have silver to like try and go for the estate pilot. Like estates plus peddlers. It's probably 2 turns off. I guess does this Sir Martin enable the estate peddler pilot? If you have 16 coins, but you don't have 16 coins. Just kind of moot. Maybe do you with peddlers? I don't think you do. Ooh, awkward start here. This gear needs to draw a marquee and also a Hamlet. Hmm. I kind of want to set aside Tormentor, but it makes marquee worse. You need to draw exactly Hamlet into marquee. Or guys, Hamlet into imp into marquee to be able to fully develop it this turn. Yeah. Okay. There's a plus action. Guess you discard for both here. It makes marquee way worse, in fact, actually. Oh, it's all awkward. Yeah, not discarding for action yet because you have spare Hamlet in hand. But yeah, now you're, yeah. Oh, hmm. These are some like kind of iffy undos because you're trying to get more information, but if Gleaming Eyes is okay with it, then I'm okay with it. Bastard Double Butler. We're still not adding money, so we're still unable to pilot estates. Maybe that's fine. I guess you do have a bunch of money from your peddlers. You got 3 peddlers plus 4 peddlers, 7 peddlers plus 7 copper. It's 14. It's not quite 16. Sorry if that's picking up the mic. There's some children screaming on the gallery of a flat from the window. Oh well. Alright. Gleaming Eyes. What we do did not hit. We took a secret passage due to smugglers and then survivor. Hopefully grab a goal at some point, I guess. I really need to like get going with something for Gleaming Eyes here because I think state pilot is at most 2 turns away, maybe not even. Because there's in an optimal situation, Danny can pilot this turn. So there's 7 copper, 7 peddlers. There's a tormentor, which I forgot about. So that's 14. That's 16 coins. And there is technically 6 hamlets and 2 marquees, and that's a maximum of 9 buys. Oh no, 11 with the Sir Martin. So you can even afford to not discard for buy with 3 of your hamlets. So I reckon, yeah, there's gonna be. It's very likely gonna be a pile out here. Which would result in a 4-1 lead. Perhaps, but he does need to actually make it happen. More paddling. More hamleting. Where did Sir Martin get trashed? Oh, Sir Martin did get trashed, so we don't actually have leeway in. You can afford not to discard for 1 of your hamlets. And we did in fact not discard for a bunch of our hamlets. It seems. Yeah, so we're not going for the estate pile out. Oh, you're going for the knight's pile out, but then you need 5 buys. But you don't have enough money for that. So just not go for a win here. Yeah, I'm not sure if would have been able to get enough discards in, like, and also still have enough draw with marquee. I reckon you should have been able to, but perhaps not. Yeah, these secret passages don't really do much. I don't think a points lead is necessary with a province. I'd rather just build a bit more. Rather just, instead of province super pass there, maybe just marquee even. Maybe marquee gold. Because then if your opponent gets some points, I mean your opponent's not gonna. I mean I mean your opponent be from the eyes of Danny. I don't think with the gleaming eyes, like even if she does buy a province, like you still have enough points lead with 8 states. But if she gleaming eyes would have bought like province estate there, then 7 estates is not enough. Then you need to 7 estates plus duchy, which is 19 coins. So yeah, then gold marquee would have been enough. But as it stands, if you just discard to all of your hamlets for buy, which you're not doing, right? So we're not going for the estate pilot. Bit of a recurring theme in this match, it seems. Let's go ahead and get another 2 buys here. Oh, we're going for the secret passage pilot out. Oh wow. Yeah, okay. Fair enough, fair enough. I did not see that one coming, in fact. But never works. Oh, that's not a correct number. That's a correct number. All right. into the final game of this match with the goats. I'm some trashing for Pixie or from Pixie. There's a nearby Poorhouse, which we'll see what that does. So Poorhouses are basically don't cost buys, alright? Probably don't want a lot of those. What else do we have? We have draw in which? That's the only draw. Because for I guess there's draws that acts with minion. So you can like play a bunch of actions for value and then so if you get thin quick, you can like get rid of your coppers, then and hopefully play minion, play a bunch of poorhouses. But there is no plus action again, no village effect. So this is a single terminal kingdom. I mean, I guess there's rush. So every action. Oh boy. Hmm. Is there something we can do with rush? It doesn't really look like it. Because then, there's not really that many action cards that have a big effect in buy phase, except for farmers market. Then you don't really want farmers market in your deck at all. Desperation at home. Right. So you find desperation, gives you a curse and plus 2 coins for a 0 cost event. Then you can like pay 3 to get plus 4, but instead of a curse, instead of minus 100-point curse, you get a poorhouse in your deck. Right. Yeah, not too powerful. Anything else? Anything else tricksy? There's crypt for like some quote unquote thinning, but I don't think thinning is a problem given goat and upgrade. Like I was earlier thinking of like, oh, you can upgrade your coppers into poorhouses, and then your minion can play a bunch of poorhouses, but you cannot play a bunch of poorhouses because there's no village. So what else? I mean, rope is good trashing. Pixie is always good. I guess there's a village effect in Pixie because like if you Pixie exactly um, Field's Gift, that does enable you to play more than one terminal in a turn, but I mean, there's some upgrade path. You can upgrade Copper into Poorhouse. You can upgrade Poorhouse into Pixie. You can upgrade Pixie to etc. etc. Up to 3, up to 4, and eventually up to 5. But actually, the existence of Poorhouse in this game makes Witch better because usually you can just upgrade Cursor to nothing, but now you cannot. I mean, there's still like Goat and Rope, and I guess that's it for like trashing curses, but upgrade slightly worse this kingdom. But the first upgrade has already been gotten. Turn 1 rush Poorhouse upgrade. Hell yeah. Okay, both going for upgrade. I don't think upgrade is that much better than rope in this game. Like, yeah, you can upgrade your estate into a 3 cost, but you don't really want 3 cost anyway. So if the question is, do you want either in your deck a rope or an upgrade and also a Poorhouse? I might prefer the rope. Rope can just like thin coppers and not like actually thin your deck, which upgrade cannot. I'm gonna give this pretty alright for boons, for pixie boons. Like the best ones are usually Swamp's Gifts for the Way Wisps, sometimes Flame's Gift, sometimes Earth Gift. Other than that, Sea's Gift is fine, Rope's Gift is fine. The rest are pretty for pixie usually. Like in the early game, you might crack it for a Mind's Gift. El Taco mentioning double rope open. So yeah, on your 4 coin turn you go rope, on your 3 coin turn you go rush Poorhouse rope. Mm, yeah, I'm not sure if because you've already got goat. I'm not like rope doesn't seem that urgent to me to get the double thrashing opening. So I might prefer rope pixie on the opening. Because the end game here is like either minion stack or just a bunch of money. What is the end game? I guess you want like you can go minion stack and one single poorhouse. Just play 4 minions, play a poorhouse, and then buy province with that. That makes the ropes kind of worse, I guess. Mm. Yeah, as soon as the pixies run, upgrading poorhouse is going to be, yeah. It's two rolls better than poorhouse, rush, upgrade pixie. I mean, I think so because I think rope's better card than upgrade. But I think I still prefer just rope pixie without having the poorhouse in my deck. Because these players have both been like upgrading poorhouse into pixies, I think. But I don't want. Like if they had taken not the upgrade, then they wouldn't have had to trash the poorhouse from the deck, and they would have been able to trash a different starting card. So they would have been one thinner so far, at least one thinner. But yeah, what do you build towards? So this doesn't need to be this big. It's gonna be like here or something. So I guess you upgrade here, upgrade the estate here. I guess if you upgrade copper, then this poorhouse becomes better, but not actually. You know, I just want to upgrade estate into silver, probably. I guess Astrolabe. It's mostly good if you need plus buy, but I don't think you need plus buy here. Yeah, because you got rope already. So yeah, probably just silver. Picture combo. Force gift, feels gift. Oh, I missed that actually. Hmm. I'm still not sure what you want to build towards. Like, which is like the only draw of the minion here. But like the curse doesn't really do that much because as soon as our opponent is thin, then like rope gets it, goat gets it. Oh, we still got trashing on the poorhouse again. Yeah, I'm just not a believer in upgrading this kingdom. Like upgrade on poorhouse kingdoms is usually quite awkward due to not being with thin coppers. But second upgrade, yeah, I don't like second upgrade. I'd rather get started on minions or maybe like forum even. Yeah, forum is not that good either. Ooh, field earthgate is quite good usually. I mean, I guess it's mostly rope gaining, but rope is good. I think I'm fine. Yeah, yeah. I'll just the pixie. Yeah, rope seems so unassuming, but it's actually really powerful because of the +1 card. Like it's kind of a stop card, but kind of not really. And yeah, you can only charge once every 2 turns, but if you've ever played with I've forgotten the card supplies, I think. Like a 2 cost treasure that gives you a horse on top of your deck. So I guess it costs a draw this turn, but it gives you back that draw next turn. And then it also trashes. So it's like it's a treasure that keeps you redundant, but also like trashes. So like, ooh, the wisp, there we go. The best one. So I don't think we have seen Flames Gift yet, have we? Nope. So that's a good one still to look out for. Other than that, I'm not sure. But yeah, quick pilot makes sense. Like ropes, bunch of ropes. Like Poorhouse doesn't cost buys. Pixie also usually goes quick. So I guess my plans of like how do you reach the late game is just you don't. That's the answer. Yeah, yeah, exactly. There's the Flames Gift. I think you'd probably take it. Yeah. Farmers markets have been bought. Interesting. I think you'll also take this one. Oh, you can. It doesn't know how Rush works. Oh, because you can buy Rush, buy Poorhouse, get 4 coins, buy Rush, buy Poorhouse. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, so that's a lot of money. That's like free money on your final turn. And as we all know, free money is the best money. Oh, Rush nearby Poorhouse is weird. That's interesting, actually. That's really interesting. I have not considered that yet. Like sometimes these kind of events have once per turn on it, like these things, but not here. Not at all, in fact. So if there's like ever a third pile low, then it's just kind of over. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's way more explosive than I thought. Yeah. So then I even in that case, maybe double rope opening is actually pretty good. Like Altaco suggested instead of rope pixie. Eh. No, because you're gonna get the ropes eventually anyway. I think I prefer like keeping around the poorhouse pile or later TM. Yeah, these farmers markets are not it, I don't think, because of like their terminal. Oh, field gift. Well, I'm gonna even worse, I guess. Rush farmers market. Gains of poorhouse. Two minions. Yeah, now upgrading these poorhouses is horrible because you get estates back for them. Actually, yeah, kind of need to upgrade these coppers. I guess I can upgrade this rope to like a minion. But yeah, getting estates here is so bad. I guess maybe your plan is pile out estates and poorhouse. So you just trash all these poor highs into estates because that's clearly the plural of house. I mean, you're short buys this turn, right? Surely. Or short money. So you get one more here. Then you get 4 coins, 5 coins, 6 coins from the nearby poorhouses rush. You even short money. Yeah, no, it's not it, I think. Yeah, but now you've got all these estates in your deck. Ugh. if that's your plan, then you might as well rush Poorhouse and Minion here. No, now we're going for ropes. Well, we've got a bunch of Poorhouses. I guess you've gotten rid of a bunch of Poorhouses, so I think Treasure to your deck is not as bad anymore. Still poor. It's like still not great, but yeah, so this is kind of awkward with like minion. Usually want to be able to play your actions in between playing your minions to be able to generate money, but because you only have one terminal, you can't. So I guess you can either just take 8 coins, or you can like try to do better. I'm not sure what doing better looks like. I guess this is 8th, but also you get a rope and play and try to copper. So yeah, this is better. Ooh, rush farmers market here for points. I mean, that's 5 coins for 4 points. But you don't add a green card to your deck instead of buying 6 points, but you do add a green card. Unsure how good it is. Just one buy. Yeah, we're gonna be short money probably. Oh yeah, yeah. These terminals. Ugh. Too many terminals. Also not enough buys. And then you trigger a shuffle with a bunch of bad cards in it. I think. I'm not sure what those 5 cards are, but can be that good. Yeah, we're inching ever closer to the pilot. You could take that and just minion away this hand, but I don't think that's better. Yeah, I mean, yeah, discussing the upgrades, and I agree. I also think one could slash should have seen that coming. I mean, you've got 8 here again. Um, Still not enough buys for the Poorhouse pilot, so I mean, Poorhouse here is also not good. Double rope. Can you double rope here? Is that safe? And then threaten and pilot next turn while you have points lead? I don't think that's safe. I think you'd rather take one province here. No pool building. Just single minion, nothing else. Yeah, I think that game is going to be ending too soon to build by this slight amount in the current state. Yeah, Revit is particularly bad against minion. And its farmers market is also quite bad. Actually, can you upgrade? Because I can upgrade farmers market, but we're upgrading to gold. Fair enough. And silver. We're just gonna add money now. Sheesh. Forest gift. Ooh, interesting. Actually, can you? If you take this, can you pile out estates or maybe even ropes? Should take this. Need one more. Wait, I got enough buys because I have Poorhouse nearby. I think you take this, yeah. And you have three. Do you still have a farmer's market in your deck? Doesn't seem like it. Maybe. No, you don't. But this does seem to be enough. No, it's not. You're short 2 coins. Oh boy. Oh boy. Um. hmm. I mean, knowing Gaming Eyes, what you did previous turns, it's probably going to be double minion, but double minion is. Then you lose to minion Duchy Estates. Danny has 1 4 cost, I think, 1 rope. The one is in play. So it's going to be tough to upgrade 2 things into 5 costs. But yeah, probably just a bit too risky. Oh, it wasn't already a minion bot. I thought it was. There's 1 left. We're doing 1 left if you go double minion, but no. I think, yeah, that's just fine. Probably get rid of the farmer's market here. Yeah, being down on points here for Danny is quite bad. He kind of needs to grab a province to be able to still win this game. Grabbing a second farmer's market. Oof. So now you're even more points behind. Yeah, it's probably just province or bust, but I don't really see Danny getting to province money. Yeah, I think discarding on this minion is better because then you reduce Gaming Eyes' hand size, and also your gold is still down there in those 8 cards, along with Goat, Minion, and some other stuff. Not sure about what stuff actually. Oh, Will-O-Wisp, Pixies. Yeah, I think I like discarding there instead of just taking 2 coins and farmers market silver. The single duchy is not going to save you. You need to be grabbing provinces here. Oh, this year we're short a buy. Well, can we rush something? Action card. Can we rush farmers market twice? We can, right? Pay 6, get 3 return. Pay 6, get 4 return. So pay 12, get 7. Yeah, you can find out farmers market here. Rush farmers market, and then buy the last 2 remaining for 6 coins when you have 7. I think. Well, actually, it's 5 to rush this, so you have more money to spare. Yeah, rush market is cost out of 10, gives you 7 back. So you go down by 5. Was it correct? No, whatever. They go down by 5. No. Anyway. Yeah, farmers market here. If she sees it. Yeah, we're going for it. Nice. Love it. You can even rush it again for some more points if you like. Oh, very nice. So that is the match. Yeah, that's fair. Like rush farmers market is like a bit weird. All right, well, thank you all for watching. If you did to the end, Thanks people for hanging out in the Discord chat, listening along, chatting along. That's the final game, and I will see you all next time. Much congratulations to Danny, who's currently on a 9-2 record after that match. And Gleaming Eyes in a 4-2, indeed. And just as he's saying right now, not too bad against someone to predict to win the league. So she manages to like equalize the remaining matches, maybe get some 4-2s herself. She should be good to go, or good to like at least stay here. Maybe promote. Promote is going to be hard, but you know, always a chance. Anyway, that is it for me, and good day.